criterion of knowledge, the deepest form of knowledge. And there are friends who have been introduced, who are participating in this webinar. They belong to the great traditions of Nyaya, Mimamsa, Buddhism, or so many schools of Indian thought. And we will have fortune to listen to all of them. But Vedanta tradition believes that this Pramana Mimamsa or even Lakshana Mimamsa, that is not enough. Pramana is possible only to the limit that it can know the Prameya or Lakshana Mimamsa criteriology can help us think that it had some other characteristic. Vedanta tradition believes that there are 6 pramanas, no doubt, and all those pramanas are useful for various kinds of knowledge. And so far as Lakshana is concerned, Vedanta, especially Shankaracharya, he has classified Lakshana in 2 types, Tatastha Lakshana and Swarupa Lakshana. But the Tatastha Lakshana mane Janmadhyasya Yataha, or so like Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Lakshanas help us to know that which is Lakshya, which has certain Lakshana. But the Upanishadic tradition, Upanishadic Rishi says that Aprameyam, Anagham, Alakshanam, that which is Aprameya and that which is Alakshana. This Lakshana Shastra or Pramana Shastra cannot help us in realizing that ultimate reality for which we have to search some deeper kind of epistemology. And my teacher, Professor Sangamlal Pandeyji, he has written a very small book, Problems of Depth Epistemology, and he has discussed this issue in very elaborate manner, where he classifies epistemology in 2 types, surface epistemology and depth epistemology. And all these theories, all those theories popular in West and East, entire Pramana Mimamsa of Indian tradition, and all kinds of epistemological theories of Western tradition, they help us only in knowing something, but they cannot help us to realize that which is not something, which is not an object, which is neither object of the knowledge nor the subject of the knowledge. So for this situation, there is a Upanishad mantra which says, Yato vacho nivartanta aprapya manasasah. That reality from where vacho means even verbal testimony and manasasah, mind, all kinds of mental activities and verbal testimony. So perception, inference, verbal testimony, and other 3, upamana, ityadi, all such pramanas, they come back without getting anything because they don't have access to that reality. They have their own limitations. And in order to achieve that goal, that ultimate, deepest knowledge, jnana, we have to adopt another kind of epistemology, which Professor Pandey names as depth epistemology. And this depth epistemology actually is a synonym of aparokshanubhuti, and it is very close to intuitive knowledge. Intuitive knowledge, which is immediate experience without any mediation of sense organs or without any mediation of reasoning or mental activity, without any kind of mediation, this this immediate experience is achieved. And that is the only way to realize the ultimate reality, and not only realized, it is only way to be one identical with that ultimate reality. So this Lakshana Pramana Abhyam Vastu Siddhi, this is very popular, but was actually Vastu can be proved through Lakshana and Pramana, but that which is not a Vastu, which is not an object, which is not a subject, cannot be proved by Pramana and Lakshana. But it does not mean that Pramana Shastra or Lakshana Shastra is unnecessary. As Dr. Anil Tiwari told us in the beginning, he quoted Kautilya, who says that while he was enumerating Vidyas, the first name was Anvikshiki. Anvikshiki Trai Vartha Danda Kriti Vidya. So Anvikshiki is rank 1 among Vidyas. So it is necessary for so many kinds of knowledge, or Asraya Sarva Dharmanam. So we cannot live without Anvikshiki, and that is the contemporary relevance of epistemology. And until and unless we are ready to disbelieve our Upanishadic wisdom, that Vedantic type of depth epistemology is also contemporarily relevant. And naturally, we are never satisfied by what we have. We are never satisfied by what we know. We are never satisfied by what we see. We want to see something which is unseen. We want to know something which is unknown. And we want to get something which is not yet available to us. And in this way, it is human tendency to go beyond the limitations. Until this tendency remains in human personality, till we belong to this kind of personality, we have a tendency to transcend our limits. This epistemology, especially Vedantic epistemology, will have its relevance. Not only it has today, but it will have its relevance in future as well, because unless there is a major change in human personality and human thinking. So we want to transcend our limits, and in this way, Athato Brahma Jigyasa, our Brahma Jigyasa, our desire to know the ultimate reality will remain, and it is a permanent kind of desire to transcend our own self. And as Professor Sinha also pointed towards Western epistemologies, and on this very point, knowledge of self, there are two popular ways. One is empirical way, there are psychological theories and psychological practices in which empirical method is adopted, and they believe that they have realized, they have known the self as a subject. There is another way which was adopted by idealist thinkers like Immanuel Kant and T.H. Green and many others, who believe, whose method is maybe called as a transcendental method or logical method. And both these theories, both these ways actually ultimately fail to reach the ultimate goal. Empirical theory ends into transcendental dislocation, and this Kantian theory falls into agnosticism. But Vedanta believes that the ultimate reality is a swanubhuti. The self itself is ultimate reality, and therefore it saves its position from agnosticism and transcendental dislocation both. So, with these words, actually the time limit given to me was perhaps 20 minutes. And I think I have not exceeded the time. Uh, Many things are to be said. I have taught this paper in my classroom for many years, and it took 10 to 15 lectures to complete this topic. And each lecture is here presented in 1 minute. And I have tried to complete it within 20 minutes. I once again thank to the organizers and we and the speakers and hearers, those who have attended it. And I congratulate Jammu University. I congratulate Ram Bahadur Shukla for having succeeded in opening philosophy department in his university. And I thankfully congratulate Professor Dhar, his kindness to help philosophy grow. And I hope it will grow day by day. Thank you. Thank you.
थैंक यू सर, 16 ऑफ यू। मैं अपने वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर मनोज कुमार धर जी से क्षमा चाहूंगा कि मैंने उनका टाइम लिया, क्योंकि मेरा ये मानना था कि कम से कम कीनोट एड्रेस प्रेजेंटेटर और प्रोफेसर जटा शंकर जी का वक्तव्य आप सुन लें सर, इसलिए मैंने सर समय का उल्लंघन किया। एरदर्श मैं आपसे क्षमा चाहता हूँ। अब मैं निवेदन करूंगा अपने माननीय वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर मनोज कुमार धर साहब से कि वो अपना आशीर्वाद इस सेमिनार को दें। उन्होंने समय निकाला, इसके लिए संस्कृत विभाग और SMVDU कटरा आपका आभार मानती है। प्रोफेसर मनोज कुमार धर, बीसी यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ जम्मू, सर प्लीज।
जी जी
नमस्कार। प्रोफेसर RC सिन्हा साहब, चेयरमैन इंडियन काउंसिल ऑफ फिलोसॉफिकल रिसर्च, प्रोफेसर जटा शंकर तिवारी जी, our distinguished two speakers, and we have Professor Kishore K. Chakravarti Sahab, Professor Piyush Kant Dixit Sahab, Professor H.S. Prasad, I think they are all to join, Professor Poonam Singh ji, Professor Surendra Nath ji, Professor Ambika Datta, Professor Kedarnath Sharma, our own distinguished faculty who is in Nepal, Professor Ram Bahadur Shukla ji, head of the Department of Sanskrit, University of Jammu, and Professor Anil Tiwari from School of Philosophy and Culture, Sri Mata Vaishno Devi University, all the distinguished participants who are on this this webinar. I am not, maybe I am not able to recognize or name all of you, but